What's up, guys? Another episode of Pixel Effect here tonight. Hope you're all doing relatively well, you know. But tonight, I kind of want to talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I haven't finished the game yet, but I'm making my way through it, with relatively decent speed. And I just want to say a few things about the game, what I think about it, people complaining about it and everything. But anyway, Sword and Shield so far has been a blast to play for me. Like, I'm loving it. Like, I'm sitting here playing it right now on my Switch undocked because I've been playing it. I've been playing a little bit Call of Duty for some reason and studying. But right now, Pokemon undocked while listening to some music. Going into this game, we knew this game had a lot of buzz behind it, both negative and positive. More so anything because people are trying to tie it to past titles, saying how, they're upset because they cut Dex entries. You have people complaining about the trees in the game not looking realistic enough and complaining about that. And like I said, I'm just having a blast. Like, regardless of the trees, honestly, the tree's not that big of a deal, honestly. And that may be me and my years of playing games like EDF Force and not caring so much. When a game's more fun than the graphics, that's what gets me, Graphics are one thing, but like, say no hate to Death Stranding. If you like that game, more power to you, seriously. But the gameplay in that is boring as heck for me. It's just boring. The story and the visuals look amazing, but the gameplay's boring. It's literally, people don't want to admit it, it's a walking sim. And it's beautiful, but that's it. And there's some comeback to it and stuff, but it's not that. It's just not that in depth, Most things I see online are people taking pictures and stuff of the environment. But then Pokemon, again, it's not as graphically crazy as Death Stranding, but I'm having more fun playing it, just because it's fun. Not because it's a Pokemon game, and not because I've been playing the game since I was little. The game is just fun, because I can tell you this. I played Sun and Moon, and I got bored of that game. Like, that game bored the heck out of me. But I'm actually enjoying Sword and Shield. I'm playing Sword, actually. And I think it's pretty good. Like I said, I got bored of Sun and Moon, so it's not to say I just have a blind love of Pokemon. The wild area is a blast. It's a mixture of Let's Go and the past games. So with that said, you can still find random Pokemon in the wild. Like, you'll see the grass shuffle, and you can either walk or crouch over to it, and you'll get a random Pokemon. And that's pretty sweet. But there's also Pokemon who are just out and about wandering, and it's so fun. Because they took that from Let's Go, and I love it. And even better than Let's Go, they're not just wandering aimlessly like in that game. That game, everybody was just wandering around like without function. In this game, Pokemon will actually chase you. They will actually walk up to you. I've been chased by a Mechomp, I believe. Mechomp, the second stage, actually chased me. Like, I walked up to him, he looked at me, chased me. Like, holy crap. I've been chased by Ghastlies, I've been chased by Duskulls, I've been chased by nearly almost every Pokemon in this game. And the fun thing about that is, some will just walk up to you and just, like, sometimes they'll just growl at you and look at you, and you can walk over there to them and touch them and initiate the battle sequence. Other Pokemon will literally run into you. The more aggressive types, especially the stronger ones, they won't just stop in front of you. They will run right into your character to fight you. So definitely be careful about that, especially in some areas that are high level. They will destroy you sometimes if you're not careful. But I freaked out the first time that happened to me because I was just trying to just look at it, and it came at me. And it's also cute because some Pokemon, when they look at you, the ones that want to attack you, you can, in the game, there's a special rotation animation where you do the champion's pose. If you do it in front of certain Pokemon, they'll actually cheer for you and they'll spin around with you, and it's so adorable. And it's just everything I've loved and wanted in a Pokemon game in the wild area. It's so fun to see what you're gonna run into. So I can choose if I want to fight that 15th Ghastly, to see if I got one with better stats instead of just randomly walking in grass and hitting something else. It's so fun. The gyms also got a remake. There's events based around each one. In the grass gym, you have to herd Wooloos into checkpoints to get to the next section of the gym, and you progress like that. The water gym was a water puzzle maze. The fire gym was a catching game where you had to catch Pokemon while competing with other trainers. And you got 2 points for a catch and 1 point for a knockout. And it was actually fun because I thought for a moment the other trainers were helping me. But I realized on the fifth turn when their Pokemon kept hitting me, it's like, oh, you're trying to stop me from getting this Pokemon. And like sometimes you'll help, but you're actually trying to stop me. And it was just, it's so fun, And I love that new format, And in the gyms, when you get into it, when you get past the little challenges, you have to fight the gym leader in the stadium. And you have all the people around you cheering, and you see them in the background during the fight, and it's awesome. Way better than in the past games. And there's a special place for those games, don't get me wrong. But I like this format of that you actually being in a stadium and people watching you as you compete for this badge with this gym leader. It's just, I love that. And on the last round, the crowd starts cheering, the music's going, it's just, you get hyped. And then you Dynamax your Pokemon, which is basically a Z move, Mega Evolution during the fight. You only get 3 turns, but it is so fun when your Pokemon like turns into this giant and you hear this blood curdling roar from like a Gyarados or something, and the crowd's in the background cheering, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Speaking of the music, the soundtrack's actually really good. I'm looking forward to importing it as soon as it comes online. Like, I'm looking forward. As soon as it goes online, I'm importing it. There's also a count feature in the game in the wild area where you can see your Pokemon interact with each other. Like, they'll wander around. You can cook in front of them. Like, I cooked this afternoon, and Gyarados, he was hungry. And he came up to the pot and looked at me and smiled as I was fanning the food, because he was happy. And sometimes your Pokemon will be scared of other Pokemon. My Gyarados, he was scared. I forget which one it was. It was one of the bird Pokemon, one of the new ones. He came up to me and told me he was kind of nervous around it, And you'll see the Pokemon argue against each other. You'll see them run across the map with each other. You can play with them with the Pokeball. You can throw it and they'll catch it. You have a little feather duster, I call it, that they'll actually attack for some reason, which is kind of hilarious. And it's neat to see your Pokemon interact like that, just wandering around, being happy, talking to you. It's just awesome. It's seriously awesome. Like I said, I'm still trying to learn how to cook because there are recipes for certain dishes. And the better your dish, the more health your Pokemon regains and the more EXP you gain back. So I'm still trying to learn some new recipes. I may have to cheat and go online and look up some, but it's fun. It's seriously fun. But like I said, I'm still making my way through the game. But overall, as a long-time fan since the old blue, red, yellow, this is fun. I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. Like I said, I do wish and hope we get voice acting one day, though. I do hope one day we get voice acting because, the game's fine without voice acting, but sometimes adding a voice to the game can be kind of fun. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of, and still is, probably one of my favorite games ever, along with Sleeping Dogs. It's up there in my top 5 probably. I enjoyed that game. I need to play it again eventually. But with that game, they added voice acting for the characters, and except Link, of course. And it was awesome. Like, not everybody liked Princess Zelda's voice, but I thought she sounded, her voice was amazing. I loved it. And it didn't take away from the game for me hearing them talk. I actually enjoyed the game more hearing her talk. It was just amazing. And I would like that for Pokemon. Like, you don't have to give the main character a voice because we don't talk that much, actually. But other characters, I would not mind that. I think that'd be awesome. But, of course, I still see people online talking about people who buy this game are just bootlickers and, I'm not going to buy a game like some people. I'm a true fan, and I'm not going to buy it because, I don't buy trash or whatever. And I can tell you this, guys, like anybody that wants to get the game or is thinking about it, it's a fun game. Like, now, if you're looking for a game that looks like Death Stranding or something like that, something realistic, this isn't your game, okay? But otherwise, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it on Twitter, seeing people post about it. It's a fun game. It's awesome. I'm loving it. But like I said, I still see some hate around it. And granted, yeah, they cut some Pokemon out. They cut a lot out. but the game's still fun. Like, I mean, because honestly, guys, I mean, I know that we want every Pokemon. Like, I was sad Arceus didn't make it. I have Arceus. He's still in my Pokemon bank. But at the same time, you're looking at over close to almost 1,000 Pokemon eventually. And it's hard to stick everyone because you know you're not going to use every 1,000 Pokemon in a game. Yeah, it's fun to collect them, but you know you're not going to use them. And I think it would be better if going forward they just did new Pokemon like each game. You know, like here's this 150. You know, focus on them. But anyway, the game's fun. I'm going to keep playing through it and hopefully finish it probably sometime, hopefully next week or something, and give final thoughts on it. But so far, I'm loving it, guys. Seriously, I'm having fun with this game. Like, a lot of other games have taken a back burner in place of this one. So, yeah. But I'm going to keep playing it, and I'll let you guys know how, you know, my journey into more Pokemon stuff goes, you know. But honestly, guys, this game is awesome. I'm loving it. And, yeah. So, until later, guys, stay pixelated. I'm going to get back in here and, you know, study some more and play some more Pokemon. So, stay pixelated, guys.